Well, markets are set to close lower as we enter the second week of the government shutdown, but of course the big issue that everyone is looking ahead to is the pending debt ceiling next week. Now we're joined by Matt Cheslock of Virtue Financial. Matt, today we saw consumer discretionary, healthcare and financials all close lower. Are any of those sectors indicative of areas that you're steering clear of at the moment?
I don't know if I'm going to steer clear of the financials, but it's going to be interesting toward the end of the week when we have earnings season come out, because the big banks are going to now start reporting earnings. We were forecasting them having great earnings as we go forward, and they were going to be our catalyst to take us to the new level. So that would be one area that I'd certainly be looking at least for the short term, that might provide a trade, because I don't think anything really will happen in any kind of sector until we get any resolution in the debt ceiling.
Now, I was going to ask about whether earnings season is likely to have any influence, but you're saying that it's really all about the debt ceiling until next week.
You know, we do start with Alcoa tomorrow. It's not the bellwether that it used to be. So I think that the first thing that we are going to look at is the financials toward the end of the week. But there's just not enough out there to overwhelm us with anything other than the debt ceiling. That's what the news is covering. That's where the government shut down. That's on the front page of every single paper. So that's the headline right now. And until we get anything solved, and it doesn't look like we're on any kind of timeline to get it done before the 16th. So I would steer clear of just about everything right now. And the market's showing you we're down 10 of the last 13 days. So people are very hesitant to put money to work.
Now, your point on the financial stocks, they have run quite hard this year. Have they seen the best of a strong run, at least for the medium term? Or how are you playing the financial stocks at the moment? Would you be selling them or trimming them or just sitting tight?
As I said, I would be probably sitting tight. There's enough money out there on the sidelines that's looking to put money to work. Whether it's now or the next 2 weeks probably is not going to be, but financials will be one of the catalysts if we are to take another leg higher. The market should be down a lot more than it is. In fact, we were at default. So maybe this is time to put your money to work, get in the financials. They're going to be the biggest beneficiary of any move higher, I would think.
Have to be fairly optimistic to make that.
Yeah, I'm not an optimistic as a whole. I'm very pessimistic. But, if you are going to put some money to work, that would be certainly an area that's going to provide some massive returns. You look at a stock like Goldman Sachs being included now into the Dow. Companies like this, JP Morgan is starting to, find out all of its obligations now with legal ramifications. So once they overcome all that, might be some upside to these stocks.
Thanks, Matt. There you have it. That was Matt Cheslock of Virtue Financial, and I'm Jane Searle for The Street.